So it was splitting stuff. It's weird. Good morning. All right, y'all. We're going to take a few minutes to warm up. I'll move you up closer to my board so you can see. I want you to do about 2 minutes of a cardio style warm up. Jump rope, jog around. I see a bunch of y'all in that pavilion. Jog around, do some up and backs. Do about 2 minutes of that, and then grab your PVC pipe or your broomstick, and we'll warm up all together. Hi, puppy dog. Oh, a mini tramp. Dee Dee, I love it. What a good idea. Yeah, so spend about 2 minutes just getting your heart rate up, and then grab your PVC pipe and we'll be all back together. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, we're just spending about 2 minutes getting warmed up, y'all, so just something to get your heart rate up. Jumping jacks, single jump rope, jog, anything for about the next 2 minutes, and then we'll get our PVC pipe or broomstick. Good, about 45 more seconds. Rebecca, you're frozen and you're gone. Start sliding back on here in a minute. There she is. All right, about 15 seconds. Three, two, one. All right, bring it in, grab your PVC pipe, broomstick, mop. Let's just start doing some pass-throughs, get our shoulders loosened up. We have some ground to overheads today with one object at a time. So you need to make sure that your pulling motion is warm, that transition and the follow through are all warm, okay? So make sure that you don't have sticky shoulder this morning. So do plenty of pass-throughs, back and forth. You can do some of the ones that are kind of more around the world where we make the rotation. Just make sure that your shoulders are getting loosened up because it's morning time, not as early as some of y'all usually work out, but good. Everybody take that PVC pipe, put it in your front rack position. Even with the PVC pipe and warm up, remember, make sure our elbows aren't behind our bar because then we push forward. Make sure your elbows are in front of your bar, not as high as the front rack, but just slightly in front of the bar. And with strong arms, just like it's heavy, let's do some strict press overhead. Really push, accentuate pushing your head through the window, pulling your arms back at the top. Stretch out your upper back and your shoulders. Do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Go ahead and drop to the floor and give me 5 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, and then 15 air squats. Just one simple set of 5, 10, 15. 5 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 15 air squats. Good, good, good. Andrew's coming on. Good. After you've done your 15 air squats, just walk it out for a second while we wait for everybody to catch up. Hi, Brea. Brea. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. Hi. Good morning. All right. Oh, y'all got puppies everywhere today. I love it. So fun. Hey. All right, so walk it out while we wait for everybody to finish their squats. Is everybody done? Good. Everybody go ahead and drop into that perfect stretch with your right leg in the front. Remember, that's like basically like a runner's lunge. Pushing your hips down and cupping your hips under. So make sure it's just not the straight leg version. Make sure our back knee is actually kind of pushing towards the floor, and then turn our knees under, and you'll really feel that stretch dig into your hips and down into your quad on the front, on the back leg. Good. Drive those arms overhead for a second. Really extend up. Y'all make such a pretty picture at the park. I love that. Good. Go ahead and put your hands down on the inside of your front foot. And then picking up your outside hand, turn and reach overhead. Inside, outside, either one. We're going to switch. So whichever one you turned overhead now, let's hold. Good, good. Really working towards drawing a straight line from your bottom hand to your top hand on that rotation. And then switch, turn the other way. Good, both hands back down. If you can, if you're flexible enough, you can even go down and try to put your elbows down on the inside of your foot for a kind of a last final dig into this stretch. Good. Okay, come on out of that leg. Stand all the way up, switch. Other leg in front. Go down to the same perfect stretch. Clasping fingers and driving overhead. Ashley, you're gonna have to put that phone up higher. Good, really push that back knee down and then scoop your hips under to get a good stretch. Nice. Hands down the inside of your foot. And then rotate either way. Pick up inside or outside hand, turn and reach overhead. Remember, we're really trying to open our chest up, look towards your top hand. And your ultimate goal, what once flexibility allows and mobility allows, is that you can drive a straight line from your bottom hand to your top hand. Otherwise, you'll be kind of at an angle for down. That's okay. 5 more seconds here. And turn and reach the other way. Nice, y'all. Both hands back down, and even go down to your elbows if you want for just a last stretch in this position. Very good. Go ahead and stand on up out of that position. Take your arms, wrap them around you, give yourself a big hug. Open them up to the back, pull back as far as you can, and gently, not a lot of momentum, go from the back to the hug position. Now switch and let's go from down to overhead. Good, arms off to the side, some shoulder rotations, little arm swings forward, making them a little bit bigger and bigger as you go. And backwards, starting small. And getting bigger and bigger. Shoulders should be getting nice and warm. Go ahead and grab whatever object you're going to use for your ground to overhead, and let's go over that movement. Then we're going to take a second to also measure out with the timer where you think you're going to do your suitcase carry. So we'll time it out once before we start the workout to where you can practice seeing if you can go to a point where you can hear me call, that's 20 seconds, and then come back. So we can kind of measure that out before we start. But first we have our ground to overhead. Let me move my camera down a little bit for this. That's not much better, but I'm going to figure out this whole setup one day to where you can actually see more of my body. Okay, so ground to overhead, we have our kettlebell or our dumbbell on the floor, and we're going to be, all this requires is that you start with your weight on the floor and it ends up locked out overhead. Obviously, the most efficient way to do that is this one arm snatch. So yeah, just like Tracy did, you would set up with the weight in between your feet on the floor. That way you can have a flat back, grab it off the floor, pull all the way through just like you would a snatch. Shoulder rising high, elbow rising, weight staying close, and then driving it overhead and standing it up. Okay, so just because we're using one at a time, we don't want all this lean out, press out, weird stuff. That's where you're gonna tweak your back. Okay, so from the ground, pull, drop. See how that stays in close, just like a barbell. It stays in close as high as it can go, and then I turn under. Okay, so try real hard not to turn your body and to press. If you want to press, you can also do a ground to overhead by doing a clean and jerk, but I would want to be purposeful. I don't want a mixture of the two. So if it's a clean and jerk, it's a clean, and then you stop at the shoulders, dip, and jerk. But notice how it looked intentional that I stopped, and then I drove overhead. I don't want a mixture of the two where it looks like you're gonna snatch and then you turn and then you wiggle and then you press. Okay, so from the ground to overhead. Give me a few reps on each arm and let's make sure we're good on these. I promise you're not gonna use all your good ones up. Let's do some to make sure we're good and warm. Good, ground to overhead. Yeah, if you've got kettlebell, Patty, good. I know it's a little bit harder. You're actually getting to work on a skill that most of us avoid. But it does show up as an actual named skill every once in a while. So if you have that kettlebell, just make sure you kind of give it that turning motion around the outside so that when you land pressed out, it doesn't come over the top and bang you in the back of the arm. It kind of gets like a sideways rotation and it just comes around the outside and sits there. Because I know you don't want it to be doing that flop overhead every time at the top. That's going to end up banging your arm up. Good. Okay, so using probably the same object, unless you're taking something really light overhead and you have something heavier laying around that you want to use for suitcase carry, we're going to do a 40-second suitcase carry on right arm only, and then later on in the workout, we'll do 40 seconds with left arm only. So grab your object, kind of get towards a starting point wherever you think you might start, and I'm going to, sorry, my Siri's talking to me. I'm going to start a timer and we're just going to test this out. I'll call you when you're at the 20-second mark to turn around and let's see if you can hear me. Let's see what kind of point you get to. That way, when we start the workout, you know where your goal is to go for your carry. You may not end up exactly the right spot every time. You may carry a little faster. Just kind of right now, and I know we're just warming up, try to walk the way you think you will when the workout starts. Okay, so we can see how far you can get. All right, let's just do a test carry. This is just a test carry. So right arm, you have the weight down by your side. Not yet, it's 10-second countdown. Let's see how far you make it. And that's gonna be your goal to go to during the workout. Go. If you think you're gonna get too far away from your computer and won't be able to hear me, you may have to do a couple of laps. It's right arm only or single arm only, so you can go down and back several times if you need to. That's 20 seconds. Keep going. We're going for 40 seconds. Oh, good. Yeah. Or Rebecca and Kate are just taking me on their walk. I get to see everybody's neighborhood. This is fun. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That would be 40. So out of our minute, you would do that with one arm. Okay. And then a couple minutes later, you're doing the other arm. Does that make sense to everybody? So you can, I mean, you can make laps around basically where your phone is so that you know that you can hear. You can look at your own watch and you can walk on your own. Just make sure you're getting back to your weights because we turn over every minute. So let me get you up here so you can see the workout. Let's go over this. Okay, so our workout today, we have another Fight Gone Bad style workout. Okay, so that means we're doing 3 rounds. We're gonna spend 1 minute at each station. One of the minutes, sorry, I forgot to write it again. I do that every time. The last one down here, and I'll write it up here, says rest. So you'll do 1 minute of double unders, jump rope, singles, double under practice, that you're doing the entire minute, okay? In the next minute, you're gonna go to 40 seconds of a suitcase carry on your right arm. Okay, so you will get a 20-second built-in rest on this one. That's not normal Fight Gone Bad style. Usually you work for the whole minute. On some of the ones today, you're only working for 40 seconds. So 40-second suitcase carry right. Get back to your weights and get ready because now the next minute, you're gonna do a full minute of alternating ground to overhead. That means you do switch arms every single rep. Okay, so don't try to knock out 5 on your right and switch to 5 on your left. It's all the way overhead. You can switch on the way down, switch hands, but you have to do it below eye level. Remember, that was the open standard. You can switch hands, touch the floor, go back up with the other arm. So 1 whole minute of alternating ground to overhead. Then you have 40 seconds of a suitcase carry on your other arm. So whichever one you started on, do the opposite. And then your last minute is a 40-second front plank. So obviously today our score is only coming from the total number of double unders and ground to overhead. So if you can keep your double under number in your head and then add your ground overheads to it, that's your score for round 1. That's gonna be your score for that whole round. And we'll have 3 of those and we'll add them together for our total score. Does that make sense to everybody? If you need to ask any questions or anything, unmute your device and let me know, but I'm gonna give you a few minutes to get set up. I'm gonna move my computer closer up to the clock, to the whiteboard. Remember, all of that is followed by a 1 minute rest before we start back over at the top. So we'll go all 5 movements in a row, rest a minute, and then start back at movement number 1.
I have a question, Misty. Can you hear me?
So take a couple minutes, get set up, get water.
I don't know if she can. Misty?
Yeah.
Oh, if we don't have a jump rope, we're just jumping in place or jumping high or tuck jumps.
Come, send one of the kids over here to get my jump rope.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, but that's a good question. If you're too far from my house to walk.
Hey, 2 things. If you need to meet me at the gym at any point, like you just go, I still don't have a PVC pipe and I still don't have
a jump rope. Those are easy things. Okay, so call me, text me, message me, whatever. We can meet up at the gym. I can give you a jump rope, give you a PVC pipe. Those are things that just, you don't want to go this whole time without having them. Those are little things. Okay. I'm also going to post this, but if you get tired of having the same weight, we can do a step another day here, like the start of this next week, where if you want to come and trade out something, you're more than welcome to. We'll keep social distance from each other, but we can trade some stuff out. The way we can keep this fresh, make sure you're still moving with some high variety. Okay, so yeah, Rebecca there was doing some modifications for jump rope. If you don't have one, you can always do just jumps in place like you have a rope, that leg slap style that I showed you last week, either with singles or doubles. You can pick a line on the floor and you can do small ski hops over it or side to side. You can do jumping jacks. There's a lot of different things you can do for jump rope. Okay, obviously that's kind of the cardio minute of this workout. And it's obviously not supposed to be too steady, low heart rate cardio, like, like slow, easy singles, since they have it programmed as double unders. So challenge yourself, even if you're doing a mod, do, faster jumps over a line or something like that to mimic the out of breath that you would get from double unders for a minute. Okay. So take another minute. Let me throw a jump rope over the fence to Ashley. All right, I'm gonna get y'all moved in so we can see the clock and stuff better, and then we will get going. Make sure you can see my clock and we'll get going here.
I wasn't kidding off. All right, you look at the screen, make sure I have thumbs up. Everybody.
Is everybody ready to go? Thumbs up, cool. Okay, we're starting with double unders or jump rope. So it goes jump rope, carry, ground to overhead, carry, front plank. And I'll be saying them out as we go. Okay, so remember it's 1 minute at each station. Some of the stations only requiring that you work for 40 seconds. Okay. Get my interval clock here. We have a 10-second countdown now, okay? So if you want to sync your watch with mine or anything, I'm going to start my 10-second countdown in 3, 2, 10 seconds. 2, 1, here we go, jump rope. $20 seconds left. We have 10 seconds. You're going straight to your first suitcase carry, right arm. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Remember, there's no transition time. It's basically built in. So just go ahead and start carrying as soon as you get it. We still have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We get to rest now. So remember, since that was only 40 seconds, we have 20 seconds rest. Going to your ground to overhead. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Alternating ground to overhead. Nice, y'all. Nice flat back on that pull. Try not to push off of your other leg with your free hand. You want to put that hand out to the side and really use a good deadlift position to pull that weight up. Not pushing off your leg with a rounded back. Remember, we're doing these for the whole minute, so set a pace that you can keep on going. If you forgot to, start counting these. Come on, 20 seconds. In 5 seconds, we're going to our carry on the other side. 3, 2, 1. Carry left hand. I forgot to call the halfway point, sorry. 3, 2, 1. We get to rest now. We're going to our 40-second front plank for our last movement. Ten seconds. Elbows and toes, elbows and knees, hands and toes. Whatever it is, you got a nice tight plank position. Go. Remember, your butt's not up in a mountain position. It's also not sagging down. Good. Just hollow body. That means belly tucked in. Nice, y'all. Michael, look at that puppy. Good. You're already halfway through this plank. Try to pull your neck or your head up to where your spine is in one straight line. It's not hanging down too much. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good. We're going into a minute rest after this. So you have about a minute 20 rest. Jot down your score from round 1. It should have been the total of your jump rope plus your ground to overhead. Keep resting, keep resting. This is where our minute rest starts here. "30 seconds. When you hear the beep, you're starting jump rope. "10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Jump rope. Keep going, keep going. In 20 seconds, we'll go to our first side carry. Five seconds, and we're going to our suitcase carry. 3, 2, 1, carry. Good, you're already halfway through this carry. Come on. Two, 1, rest. We're resting. We're getting ready for our ground to overhead. When you hear that beep, alternating ground to overhead in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good, 20 more seconds. Three, 2, 1. We're going to our carry on the other side. 40-second carry. We're halfway through that carry. Come on. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. You're resting. Resting. And when it beeps, we're going to our plank. Five seconds till our plank. 2, 1, go. Holding for 40 seconds. We're already halfway through this hold. After this, remember you get 20 seconds rest and a whole minute rest. 10 more seconds here. Three, 2, 1, rest. At this beat, keep resting. Keep resting. We're going back to jump rope, y'all. It's our last round coming up. We have about 20 seconds and we're starting our last round. You got it. Your whole score, reps-wise, comes from your double unders and your ground to overhead. So let's push it on this first and third minute. 10 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1, jump rope. Good job. About 10 seconds left. 5, 3, 2, 1. Go into your carry. Right arm carry. Come on, come on. Good, that's already 20 seconds. Keep going. Same arm. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. You're going to your ground to overhead next. Ground to overhead in 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ground to overhead. This is our last set of these. Come on, let's boost your score up. Keep good form even when you're tired. Pull and drop if you need to. Just make sure that we're not muscling it up. Good, good. We're over halfway through this minute. Come on. Ten seconds. Come on. Last time on these. In 3, 2, 1. Go to your other carry. This is our last 2 minutes of work, y'all. Let's go. Good, good. We're over halfway through this carry. We have 10 seconds left. Three, 2, 1. Rest. We're going to our front plank for the last 40 seconds. We'll start that in about 10 seconds. Last 40-second plank, y'all. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice, guys. Good, last 20 seconds. Hold, hold, hold. This is it. Ten more seconds. Squeeze your belly in, pull it in tight. 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice job. Nice job. Let me make sure I move the walls on out of each place and I'll get your Kate. I have Debbie. Good. Walk, cool down, give yourself a little cool down walk while we grab names and I'll get scores. Do I have everybody? Erin, Rebecca, Dre. Okay, whoever, Dre, if you want to maybe unmute yours and you can tell me scores for everybody or anybody else out there. If you know your score, you can just unmute your screen and just tell me your total reps. Dee Dee, I saw you say, how do I do that? If you tap the screen, it gives you the option to unmute. Ash, what you saying?
129.
Okay, sorry, Ashley, I did not hear. Do your fingers. What did you get? 145.
How do I have so many?
Just depends on the singles and double unders.
380. So that's, cut that in half because I did singles.
Yeah, that singles will definitely get you a little higher score. That's good.
I got-
You still worked for a long amount of time. That's good. Leanne, I see your fingers. What did y'all get? I can't see numbers though. Let's see. Nope, still can't see. I see you drawing circles, but I can't see any writing. 243 for Patty. And then, yeah, you what's up? Who else?
Hey, Misty,
Yeah,
I got 232.
232. Good job.
Hey, Misty, it's Kate.
Kate, what'd you get?
Hey, I did singles. I got 433, but I'm feeling like maybe I messed up somewhere.
No, I mean, singles will score you really high, especially if you can do a minute straight of singles, that you're gonna get hundreds of reps. That's
Okay,
good.
cool. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Patty, 392. I love it. What are y'all drawing on out there? Who else? Who else?
Did you get Laura's?
No. Laura, 243.
Misty, I got 312.
Thank you. Leanne, 162. Man, there's a bunch of y'all out there. Dre, 508 singles. Berlin, 162 RX. Bonnie Beth, 129. Tracy, what does that say? 180, oh wait, no. I can't, Tracy, I have no idea which. You can unmute Tracy.
183.
183 for you.
Yeah, 396 for Michael.
Thank you.
He did singles and I did RX.
Nice.
Got my double unders.
I didn't get Aaron, I didn't get yours, but you can, if y'all are already gone away from the fence, you can yell over the fence at me later. Oh, there she is. Hi, Ash. 0. Aaron got 0. Good job, y'all. We'll take a few minutes to cool down. Add in any little accessory stuff that you know that if you feel like, man, if it goes a couple weeks and I'm not going to work on blah, blah, if you can find a way to work on it at home, if you need some help from a coach on how to make mods or how to work on something maybe outside the box that you can't think of how to do it there, definitely reach out to us. Today in our open gym time before the community workout, we would have had, and it's on Zen Planner, handstand push-ups prescribed as kind of a skill and strength movement. So if you have time today, hey Mark, nice of you to join us. If you have time today, get some strict handstand push-ups in so you can drop off of the edge of a box, off of your couch, anything like you normally do for modification for handstand push-ups. And it was just, I think it was like you'll check Zen Planner, every 3 minutes or something, you're supposed to do 3 strict handstand push-ups. So that's something you can do later on today for a little bit of the skill work. We're not going to stay and watch you make breakfast, Marcus, so we're done. So thanks for signing in, y'all. Good job. Have a good rest of your Saturday.